We just sailed on the world's largest cruise ship, and I'm about to give you 4 things you need to save your money on. So let's go. What's going on, Adventure Fam? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you're here. Glad you're here for another day. I am your esteemed host, Eric. And before I get started, I need you to take 3 seconds to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and drop a like, because I know I'm about to hit you with some information that you're going to find useful. Whew! So now that all that's out of the way, let's get into the topic of the day, which is the icon of the seas. Now, everybody, if you know anything about cruising, or you've been around the cruising world, or you've just been watching the news, the world's largest cruise ship, the Icon of the Seas, it is an absolute masterpiece of a ship. It is beautiful. It is bold. It is colorful. It is fun. It is all of those things. But I left out one word. It is expensive, and yes, it is pricey. And so we're going to cover 4 things that I think you should save your money on if you're planning on actually going on this ship. So now, while Sarah and I had a great time on this ship, there are some things that we did not indulge in, that we typically never indulge in, to be quite honest with you. But there are some certain things that we definitely did not want to spend our extra money on while we were on board this ship, and we just found some of these things to be a little tad bit too pricey and a little bit too ridiculous for us to want to drop the money, and we're going to cover those with you right now. So the first thing we want to talk about and how you should save your money is, well, looking at the dates if you're going to actually sail on the Icon. Right now, pricing is through the roof for the Icon of the Seas. Right now, if we were to take our family of 6 this June on the Icon of the Seas, we'd be looking at about $12,000 for an interior stateroom. That is because we need 2 rooms because we have 6 people. I get it, but $12,000 for the cheapest interior stateroom, all the way up to about $17,000 or $18,000 for a balcony. So save your money depending on the time that you're looking to sail. Look, I get it. We just got off the ship, but I would not spend $2,500 or $3,000 per person for an interior stateroom to sail on this ship. I'd much rather take a trip on an Oasis class ship where they are absolutely gorgeous ships and they're nice and they have a lot of things to do and the entertainment's amazing for a fraction of that cost. So what I would tell you is, if you want to go on the Icon of the Seas, just look at your dates that you want to sail, maybe project out a year or 2, save for it. Prices should drop when Star of the Seas comes on board next August, and plan it that way. I don't think it's worth the money right now, depending on the deal you can get, but for the most part, all the prices I'm seeing, it's not worth it at this very moment. Now, the second thing I'm going to tell you to save your money on is the Ultimate Dining Package. Now, the Ultimate Dining Package is where you can buy an unlimited dining package where you can eat at the specialty restaurants for lunch and for dinner while on board. But that comes at a cost, and that cost is typically $250 to $300 per person for your trip. Now, you might be thinking $250 to $300 per person isn't that bad to be able to eat at the specialty restaurants whenever you want. However, there's a couple of different things you have to factor in, right? So whether you want to go to Hooked, Chopped, Izumi's, Giovanni's, Jamie's Italian, no matter what it is, you're still going to have to be able to book your reservations, right, while you're on board. You can't book all of your reservations before you get there when you buy the Ultimate Dining Package. So you're banking on the fact that when you get on board, you're going to be able to book the reservations when you want them, right? That can be difficult. So because depending on your boarding time, depending on how people bought the dining reservations before they boarded, or before they got to the port or to the ship, determines whether or not you're going to get a reservation when you want one. So one thing we found out is when we bought the Ultimate Dining Package, and we've done it one time and one time only, we had to eat at the same restaurants multiple times. And I will tell you, by the end of 7 days, you're going to get sick of eating at those restaurants. There's just something about it. Second thing you have to consider is Icon of the Seas is huge. There are so many free dining options. Sometimes we just go to the dining room. Sometimes we just go to the Aquadome Market and go get a ginger bowl at the Asian-inspired cuisine. Sometimes we just go to the Windjammer. Sometimes we just go to the Pearl Cafe or the Park Cafe, or the Sorrento's. So there are so many free dining options on board that having an Ultimate Dining Package may be detrimental. And I say that because once you purchase it for $250 to $300 per person, you're going to want to feel like you have to eat at the specialty restaurants, quite honestly, for lunch and for dinner, which isn't always possible, but you're going to feel like you have to in order to get your money's worth. I know when we were doing it, I was like, man, we just paid all this money. Like, I'm not going to go eat at Sorrento's. I'm not going to go eat here because we just paid for this package. Now you feel like obligated to go and eat at these restaurants because you want to make sure that you get your money's worth because you don't get your money's back. So that is another thing to consider. Can you get your reservations when you want them? And the fact that you're going to feel obligated to have to eat in those areas. Now, the third thing I would tell you to save your money in is the unlimited drink package. Why? Now, admittedly, Sarah and I are not drinkers. We don't drink at home. We don't drink in front of our kids. We don't buy alcohol for the house. It's just something we choose not to do. But when we're on vacation, we like to indulge. We like to enjoy ourselves, right? That's what we partake in our vacations for. So we can kind of just unwind, relax, have a few drinks, enjoy some laughs, enjoy some good entertainment. The unlimited drink package can range from $85 to $105 per person per day. So yes, you heard that correct. That's per day. So at an average of 100, say it's $100, that's 7 nights, $700 if you're on a week-long cruise, $1,400 or $1,500 for 2 people. You've got to be able to drink that much alcohol, or it does include, I get it, it does include some coffees, and it includes some other beverages like sodas and things like that. I get it. But for the most part, right, when you're talking strictly alcohol drinks, you've got to be able to drink an average of 8 to 12 drinks per day in order to just break even on the package. And so we just don't drink that much if you are not a heavy drinker. Sarah and I just buy our drinks as we go, and we did this on the Icon as well. We spent, I think, somewhere between $350 and $450, right around there for the drinks for the week, for the both of us, right? We had a couple of drinks a day, right? It wasn't much, but we were able to enjoy ourselves the way we wanted to enjoy ourselves and still remember our trip without being blasted, right? And so depending, you have to look at your own drinking habits. We would tell you to not indulge that much in the drink package so you can actually remember your trip. But for the most part, it's going to take quite a few drinks to break even on the drink package, and that is why it's number 3 on our list of things not to waste your money on. So the fourth and final thing I would tell you to save your money on is the Crown's Edge. And if you don't know what the Crown's Edge is, it is a little ropes course that Royal Caribbean has put on the Icon of the Seas, and it goes out to a little plank above the logo on the outside of the ship. The plank drops out from under you. You dangle for about 3 seconds before you hit the ground again and put your feet firmly on the ship's deck. And so for me, when it came out, I was like, this is absolutely a must. I'm going to do this. And then Royal came out and said, we're going to charge you $90 to do it. And I said, absolutely not. There was no way I was going to pay $90 for it, no matter how cool it looked, because it was supposed to be a free activity. And I thought Royal was just nickel and diming at that point. Now, in port days, I will tell you they lowered the price to $49, and it does come with the video. But at the same time, after looking at it in person, I will tell you I was not that impressed. Having been skydiving and doing all these kind of different high-speed activities, it just wasn't something where I was like, I'm going to get a major adrenaline rush from doing this. Quite honestly, we've been on a Carnival ship years ago, and they had a ropes course, and that ropes course, I think, was 10 times better than what this experience is. And so it just isn't worth it to us. Now, there were a lot of people doing it and a lot of people underneath clapping like this, woohoo, right? And doing all that stuff. And it's kind of weird. They put you in a whole, kind of like a whole skydiving suit, which I don't understand. I think it's just for the appeal or experience of the vision of what it looks like, but there's really no sense in doing it. They could really just put you in a harness, but for some reason they put you in some skydiving suit as well. Maybe they figure that's how they have to justify part of the cost. I'm not really sure. If you've done the Crown's Edge, if you've already been on the Icon, I know it's only in the 3rd week, but if you've done it, put a comment down below and let me know. Did you think it was worth the price? I also wondered, like, all the people that paid $89, did they get credited? Right? Did they get credited the cost when they lowered the price on board? I don't know. That's the other thing I didn't like about it. But Crown's Edge, I would save your money unless you really want to get your fix of just saying you did it. To me, it's just not worth it. I'd rather put $50 in a casino slot machine and hope I win. Now, I'm going to give you one special bonus thing here. Something that you might want to splurge on, just because I didn't do it personally and Sarah and I didn't do it, but we've heard so many good things about it. We're not going to splurge on it. We weren't going to spend our money on it by any means, but we heard so many good things about it, and that is the Empire Supper Club. If you don't know, the Empire Supper Club is a unique dining experience. Only seats 38 guests. It's very upscale, very formal. Men do have to wear jackets, highly enforced. It is an 8-course meal along with a jazz accompaniment. And so it is a whole 3-hour experience, dining, listening to music, and doing the whole New York jazz parlor vibe scene. And so we heard nothing but good things about it. The reason why we didn't do it is because it's close to $600 for the two of us to do it. And so we didn't feel like it was worth the cost or justified the cost to do it. However, if you've got some extra money to spend and you want to go ahead and do it, we did hear some good things about it, so maybe give that a splurge. I will tell you, when the Utopia of the Seas is coming up, we are going to be trying the dining car experience. They've got a unique dining experience there. I don't know the pricing of it, but I definitely want to try it out. And so, but the Empire Supper Club, we heard nothing but good things about it. So if you're going on the Icon of the Seas and you got an extra $600 for the two of you to go ahead and do it for a date, go ahead and do it and let us know if it's something that you do. Let us know down below if you liked it and if it's worth the cost. But that's going to do it. That's 4 ways to save your money on the Icon of the Seas, and one thing that maybe you should think about splurging on. But thanks for watching our video, guys. Really appreciate it. Like I said, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers here by the end of the month. Would really appreciate your support. Drop a like on this video if you found it useful, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.